There's only one thing better than the viral cottage cheese muffin. Guess what it is? Welcome to the Keto Baking Mechanic, where we create, tweak, and enhance keto and low-carb breads and baked goods, including authentic keto and low-carb sourdough. Hi, I'm Sherry Mack. You'll always get the recipe link in the description. Be sure to like the recipe. Don't forget to subscribe, and make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be informed when I have other videos coming down the pike. The one thing better than the viral keto cottage cheese muffin is the keto cottage cheese muffin with chocolate chips and sourdough. Can you believe that? Sourdough? You're not going to believe what this does to the flavor, the health, everything. You're going to love it. First of all, the tanginess of the sourdough discard offsets the sweetness of the chocolate chips, the sugar-free chocolate chips. So that adds more balance to the actual taste and flavor of the muffins. Secondly, that fermentedness from the living starter adds complexity to the taste. So it tastes more complex than just simple sweetness. And third of all, the fermented product going into your muffins helps with the digestion of the rest of the ingredients in the muffin. That's what fermented foods do. So you're getting a triple cost by adding this living BioBoss sourdough starter to your recipe. And you get the link to the BioBoss in the description. Okay, we're going to start with the wet ingredients. First, we're going to add 1 cup of your 4% cottage cheese. It better fits the tiny curds because it mixes better. Then we're going to add 4 eggs. And we're going to add a 1/2 cup of our living BioBoss sourdough starter. Okay, so we'll just measure this out. And add that as well. This video is brought to you by Sinless Sourdough, where ancient art meets low-carb science. Hi, I'm Sherry Mack, and I'm the creator of Sinless Sourdough. At Sinless, we create a line of keto, low-carb, dehydrated sourdough starters. When you purchase a starter, you get a starter guide that teaches you how to bring your starter to life, as well as a plethora of keto, low-carb, sourdough discard recipes. I feature those recipes on the channel, and you also get them when you purchase the starter. But the real value is with the Sinless Sourdough membership. With the membership, you learn how to bake 3 different styles of keto and low-carb breads and baked goods that undergo further fermentation. That's why there's video trainings to teach you how to do this. And it's that fermentation of the lactobacillus cultures and the wild yeast in the dough that give the resulting breads and baked goods all the health benefits that science talks about. But you need a membership for that, because baking authentic keto low-carb sourdough with further fermentation is a journey, and you're part of a baking community with lots of free cookbooks. You could ask me as many questions as you like along your journey. You get to share your journey with other people, and you're part of the Sinless Sourdough family. I just spit. Oh my goodness. That's it. Okay, next we're going to mix all of our wet ingredients together, starting slowly. Okay, next we're going to sift in the almond flour and the baking powder, double acting baking powder. Now you could buy super fine almond flour, or you could just sift it yourself. And add, this is optional because your sugar-free chocolate chips will be sweet, but if you want to add the extra sweetness, you can. I'm just going to mix this in. mixer again to pull it all together. And lastly, we're going to fold in our chocolate chips. We're using 3/4 of a cup in the recipe, and then we'll add the remainder on top for decoration and flavor. If you like, you could add a little bit of salt to the mixture. Make sure it's healthy salt. It's not necessary really, but it does help to heighten the taste of the chocolate. I may just sprinkle it on top of the muffins. Okay, I like to use the silicone because it allows them to come out easy. And I'll fill it up. Some of these are fuller than others, so I'm just going to steal from them. And I'll just pour a few on the top. Spread them out. Makes them look so delicious, pretty, and chocolatey. Okay, we're going to put these in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 Celsius for between 20 and 30 minutes. It depends on your oven, but that's roughly. So start watching them at 20-minute mark. You want to pull them out of the oven when they're golden around the edges. Let them sit in the silicone tray until they completely cool. Then you can transfer them to a wire rack to cool completely. That's it. They're absolutely delicious.